Today's video will look into a scenario in which Germany and Poland go to war, and while no other nations will join just for this scenario, we'll see what will happen if they 1v1. Germany starts with an initial attack. As I move across the south and across the coast, the Polish coast. And while at this point they start advancing further, with Poland panicked about these advances. They push them back. They manage to launch a counter-offensive, pushing Germany to the northern coast. With advances slowing for a bit, and them managing to push a bit deeper, with Poland deciding to launch a sneak attack into Germany. At 2 a.m., I guess, the time along the border. And they quickly cross. Germany having to move some troops to push this offensive back. Lots of destruction being made, but with this, Poland took advantage to make an offensive, pushing them back. With Germany moving in a bit here and a bit here, as they're attempting to create a buffer zone there. And they start trying to get deeper into the country. With Poland trying to push them north. Try to cut this front off, but instead they get pushed back. With more troops being moved to advance in the south to reopen the southern front. And well, this is what the front begins to look like. And well, yeah, the front is definitely being built as they start moving deeper in the south, advancing towards southern cities in Poland, but Poland isn't pleased with this and pushes them back. And they manage to push them back here. With their front now moving like this. And the Germans try to move in from the north to head towards Warsaw to end the war. They get pushed back quite a distance. But with this advance that the Poles made, they managed to make a pretty big advance from this area. But the Poles try and keep them away from Warsaw, nowhere near. With the Germans holding a pretty strong front, and they advance forwards a bit more. With Poland not being pleased with it, they push them back. With Poland getting in more trouble as they lose some more land here. And in the south, they start losing land. As German forces attempt to head towards Warsaw, they're still failing. But instead, they get pushed back in the center all the way to the border. But it's not like they can launch an attack across border because of their situation. And them having to move troops to hold this, which leads to them falling back to here. And with this, they end up falling to here. But in the south, an encirclement's attempted to be made to encircle in Krakow, which is around here, I think. Could be wrong. If I'm encircling it. They're holding off for a really long time. I'm pushing in more. And more. Well, I'm trying to narrow this area. Well, I'm attempting it again and pushing them back to the Poles back here and taking the city finally out. They managed to take the rest of the coast. At this point, Poland is unable to continue, as this front here south of Warsaw gets made, and it goes here. Warsaw is here. Actually, I think I'm wrong, but let's pretend it's here. And well, Warsaw falls as they move all the way to the Belarusian border with a big stand here. And then moving down into southern Poland. Well, not southern Poland, this is south southeastern Poland. Well, I'm sure Poland is having a good time as Poland collapses. And you know where the Polish forces go? They go into Ukraine, and the Germans don't want to cross. So let's see a peace treaty. With them taking lands of their former area in the north. And in the south, they take this, which would be former lands. Then they take this, like this. So far, they've annexed this. You might think that's all they take. How could they take more land, you might be thinking. Which is most of Poland. But, you know where they expand it? Well, they expand it more in the south. To make up for not capturing Warsaw. They take these lands. And in the north over here, they take this. Yes, I'm sure Poland likes this new treaty. With them making it into 2 puppets. Why 2, you might be asking? Because it's better to control. Well, this is Warsaw. And then this can be Poland, just kept Poland. And it will have the capital Krakow. That can be capital Warsaw. And well, I'm sure the rest of Europe is proud of this. Germany becoming much more stronger. I'm sure France and Britain is angry in America. But you know what? They're going to do nothing. And well, that's all for today's video. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Wild Mapper out. But not until you subscribe. Bye, guys!